welcome. This is Ruth, and today's video is all about the superb star gift box die set from Tonic Studios. So there are 28 different dies in this, and it makes the most beautiful little star box, and you can see here all the lovely points and panels and whatnot, and a lovely lid and a little knob to go on top of it there. So I'm going to have a little look inside, and then we'll just get cracking because I am a little late with this one. My star box actually just arrived this morning. In fact, it's not long here at all, and I was just finishing off another video, so I thought I'll do this one next and then I can move on to something else, because I know some of you have already bought this, some of you have already got it even, and here's the video. No more talking, here's the video. So first of all, we'll have a quick look at the outside dies here and all the different pieces. So there are 3 different sizes of stars there. I'm just checking where the cutting lines are. Yeah, this outside one here, the cutting line's on the inside of it here, and the next one's on the outside. So there's very, very little difference between these two, but one is the lid and one is the box. So obviously the lid is slightly bigger because it's got to fit down over the box. So all of the instructions are in here, and it tells you how many bits and pieces you need to cut out. So this little piece here makes the panels for the box, and this little piece here makes the panels for the lid. And obviously, because there are 2 pieces on each of these, you will need 8 of those to make all the sides and bits and pieces, and you'll glue those all together. So if you're going to make the panels for those, I would suggest that while you're cutting all the other pieces, you want to put one of these through, because you will need 16 of these if you're going to put them the whole way around, and if you're wanting the top ones as well to match, you'll need another 16 of those. So pop one of each of those in every time you're cutting one of these out, and then you won't have so many times to pass that through the machine at the end. Or if you want, you could actually just measure the size of this and cut a plain panel. You could do that with your guillotine even, measure the size of the outside edge of that one, and then you would have a little patterned piece or a piece of card to put on that size without doing all that die cutting. Anyhow, these could definitely be used on cards. You could possibly even do a beautiful star easel or something like that, but for now I'm going to stick with the box because I'm running late, and I'll go and get my card and I'll be back in 2 ticks. I'm back, and I've got lots and lots of die cutting done. So you can see, first of all, there are 2 different sizes of large stars, and I've cut out 1 of each of those in the meantime. Now I will need 2, but I just wasn't too sure what colour I would put on the top yet. So I've cut 1 each of those, and then I've got all of these side panels cut. So that's 8 of these and 8 of the little panels for the lid. Now the lid one is for the bigger star, and this one is for the smaller one. I think I said that before, but it's been a while. I've been die cutting quite a bit. And you can see all of these pieces here are all folded and whatnot, but I've also decorated them. And I've picked out some lovely red card. This is red velvet pearlescent card, and then some Venetian gold for in behind it. And I just want to show you how I have done that. So I've taken the long die and this one, and I've put them both together through the die cutting machine, and I've got myself this beautiful panel here. See, just a little bit still in there. So I've got lots of those. Now I actually needed 16 of those, which I said earlier, and I needed 16 of the smaller ones, and then I have actually backed those onto some Venetian gold. You can see that through there. It's a kind of silvery gold colour, and it's really, really beautiful. But I was lazy. I took the lazy route out, and after having cut 16 of those other panels, I didn't want to go back with this one on its own and cut out more panels. And then obviously I've used these 2 together for this little top panel, and I didn't want to cut 16 more of the plain ones out. So what I've done is taken this panel, and I've just added some glue on the back of that. So I've glued this panel onto some Venetian gold mirror card, and it seems a lot easier to me to do it that way than to die cut all of the pieces. What you can do is just take the scissors, and you'll feel the edge of the die cut and just follow that line along. And to me, that's quick and easy, and looks very, very neat at the end as well, just as neat as a die cut would. And there you are, and there's a little bit needs trimmed there too. So I've done that with all of those pieces, and it certainly worked out a lot quicker for me, and I've done the same here. And then now I can go ahead and just glue these directly onto the little panels. Now I need to go ahead and glue all of these together, so I'll have a great big long line of these ones, just gluing them at the glue tabs there, and you can see I've already folded them all back, but I'll have all of those, 8 of those glued together in a long line, and 8 of these. Now at this stage you could actually cut out the other little bit, the plain panel, and put it on here, and it covers up the glue tabs as you go along, but it's not that difficult to do that at the end either. If you want, you can just slip it down in and glue it in place. And I'm not sure if I'm lining the box or not yet, so I'm a little bit pushed for time, and I might come back and do that, but in the meantime I'm just going to go ahead and do these long panels here, and these ones as well. I've got them all glued together now and concertinaed them all, concertinaed them all up, so I'm going to be able to glue them on here. So what I need to do for that then is put some glue on the glue tabs there, and then you can see how those are really tight fitting, and you'll put the glue on the underneath in these bits, and then set this on top, and you'll be able to follow it the whole way around there. And because this is the base of the box, the long sides are the base, and it goes on to the smaller star. On the top then I'll do exactly the same with all of these pieces, and they will go onto the larger star. To do exactly the same thing with the lid, and this time it's the shorter side and the bigger star, and I'll just start right in there and work my way around again, holding all those in place and pushing them right into the centers, and see, right in there, and pressing that down each time. I've put the glue on the whole way along here because it really doesn't take long to grab, and it's very quickly put together because it just fits so well that there's not a lot of holding or pushing at it, so you can just work your way around very quickly. That's the lid all assembled there now, and I've gone ahead and put a smaller star, the same size as the base of this, inside here with the red velvet card, and I've used double-sided tape on that one so that you can't see any glue lines on it, and then I've put a white one on here to cover those glue tabs there, and you can see here the glue tabs are still visible on the top of the lid. So I have taken a white star exactly the same size, and then I've also put a red velvet one on top of that, and then I've used these two dies together in the Venetian gold, and I've put that on there, so that will reflect just for a minute or two. But I have also taken the next size of star and I've cut that out in white, and then I've used 2 of the smaller ones together, which is these 2 in the red, and I've put that on there, and I'm going to add that on top of this one here with a 3D foam pad, and then I can go ahead and glue all of that down onto the top of the box. That really reinforces that lid, and it also hides all those glue tabs. Then I'm going to come back and make a little knob for the top of that. That's the box finished. Now obviously I was saying there that you could line the sides and you would put those rectangles in and they would cover up these glue tabs. I'm going to leave that for the moment because I'm really sort of pushed for time with this coming a bit late, but I did want to show you how it went together before I moved on to something else. Anyway, the box can be left like that and you don't need to put anything else on here, but I'm going to make the little knob part for the top of it. So I've cut this out in white. That's this centerpiece here, and then I've decorated that with this and this together in the red velvet, and I have also put the champagne gold on the back of that, the way I did with all these little panels here, just cut it out. And then I've cut 4 of these out, and I've decorated those in the same way with the little corresponding dies there. And all I need to do is take the broader end at the top here. That looks like a little street lantern or something, doesn't it, the shape of it? Yeah, I'm sure we could do something with that at some stage, but not now because I don't have time. But anyhow, there we are. That's just another little thought. And that goes on there, like that. And then when that glue has grabbed, all I need to do now is glue these tabs together here the whole way around. Whoops. And form a little closed up part, and that will be the knob. Then just to give this extra grip, you could actually just glue it on like that, but I've taken the small square that I used to decorate the top of it, and I've cut that out again in white, and obviously it doesn't really matter what colour, but that's going on there. That keeps all of that together, and then I can put glue on there and add that straight onto the box, onto the lid of the box actually. So there we are. Well, I guess you all know what happens now. I thought I was finished, but I just wanted to show you how to make the star box, and I wanted to show you how to make the little lid, but I decided to make a little card as well. So I have cut out 3 of the large stars here, and well, I'll just show you the little template that I made. I made it in tiny form so that I wouldn't waste any card to make it up, but I thought it would be really nice to make an easel card, and then I thought, oh, I'll just go one step further and I'll make a little twisted easel card. So there it is in miniature. That's my little template, just to make sure that it all worked. And then I went ahead with it in the bigger star. So this is the biggest size of star. I have cut this one for the top of the card. This one is the base, and you can see there that I've decorated that with a little frame. So that is taken from these 2 dies taped together and run through the die cutting machine with some of the red velvet card, and that makes a lovely frame on there. And then I have taken my 3rd star, and you can see here, I'll just hold it up so that you can see clearly what I've done. From point to point, directly in half, I have scored that right down there and folded it over, and you need to burnish that really well. And then when you have it like this, opposite, just right beside one of the fold line here, you want to fold one of these over as well. And I've done that in my scoring board just to make sure that I got it really sharp and really nice. So now I have this shape here, and you can go ahead and do that if you want. Just make sure that this one is right beside here. Now this then will become a little glue tab, so I'm going to put glue right on there, and that will be the hinge of the card, but it needs to just be properly grabbed really well before you go any further with this, because you do want to make sure that everything's lined up. A lot will move back and forwards holding on to that hinge. So there we are, just pop that on there and move that over. Just make sure you've got everything lined up so that one star is sitting directly on top of the other, like that. And this is going from point to point here. Now just hold that. So then your card will fold up like this. And on here then we're going to pop the 3rd star, and that is the piece that's going to sit up. So all I need to do to make sure that it doesn't get attached here, and we don't want any glue on that part at all from this score line, no glue on there. So we want to put the glue on this part. It's better to put it on here than put it on that other star, because that way you're not going to make any mistakes and get it in the wrong place. The last thing you want is glue on the other side of that score line. And then we can pop this one on and just make sure that that is totally aligned with everything else. So that will be what your card looks like whenever it's closed. Now, wasn't that easy? And that's going to look really lovely whenever it's all opened up. So I have taken some layering dies again from the set, all the little ones that I made for the lid on here, except this time, rather than just keep them point to point, I have staggered the little one in between there so that it has more colour showing, and I've backed that onto some of the red velvet pearlescent card, and now I'm just going to glue this, and this will be my card front. And you know I don't normally put glue on pearlescent card, but this won't be seen because it's covered with all the other card. And there we have it. Just make sure everything is perfectly straight. Hold it all down, let it all dry, and the card is almost done now. But we need a little stopper for here. So you can write whatever you're going to put in here, or you can do that there if you don't want that to be seen. But we need a little stopper to hold that card up, because as you can see, if it was just like that, it would fall down. Now it would catch a little on there, but it's better to have it on something up here. So I have taken a little die from here. I thought star, celebrate, whatever, but you could put whatever you want on. In fact, you could put your sentiment right across the center there, and that would be beautiful. And you could make a little stopper with another star on here. You could do it just whatever way you like. But I have taken this die set, which is Celebrate Summer, and there's a celebrate there, and it has a little rainbow above it, and I've just snipped it off the rainbow, backed it onto some of the red velvet, and then I've put 3D foam pads, because with this being a little stopper, you want it to sit up so that the card, the point of the star, actually catches in behind that and doesn't fall down. And at the minute I'm just taking the back off these, and I should have done that before I recorded. Anyhow, I like to add just a little bit of glue on there. I'm not adding 2 lots of glue for the sake of 2 lots of glue, because obviously one would cancel out the other. It's really, I really just wanted the dimension. So we can go ahead and pop that across there, but you can put whatever sentiment you want or whatever else you would like on there. But isn't that really, really lovely? And it's just a really, really pretty little card, and another way to use your die set. So I hope you've enjoyed that. That is definitely when we finish this time. I've got more on my desk and I want to move on. So I'll go and edit this one. But in the meantime, if you have enjoyed it, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up, and let me know down below if you like this little star twisted easel card, and if you think you might make that as well, because it's really, really easy, but it does look beautiful. And hopefully everyone who's been asking, when's this Starbucks video coming? Here it is, and I hope you enjoy it. So don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done that. Hit the notification bell. I did say already, but don't forget a big thumbs up if you like it. Leave a comment, and my affiliate links to everything that I've used will be down below. So if you use that, I will get a little commission, but it doesn't cost you anything extra, and I do always appreciate that. So thank you very, very much. Until next time, bye bye, happy crafting.